Hello. Right, I think I'm going to have to sit back. Try not to sit on Lego. Yes. The sun seems to have come out. The sun always comes out when it's time to head off to work. Right. So today is... I wanted to say Wednesday, but obviously it's Tuesday. This is the trouble. When you work the weekends, you just get so confused as to what the day is. So... Right, yes, so it's the 3rd day of September and it's Tuesday. I have got some bits to post. I have succeeded in getting more done. So I've got all my bits here. I've got that there, my towel and colander and the rest of it, because I have just washed the Lego and then I've just sat down and sorted it because I had Vernon K on, and I like Vernon K and I can deal with Vernon K, and I like 10 to the top, and weirdly Pixie Lott was on it and she really did well on 10 to the top. If you are of my age, like in your 40s, 10 to the top, which is on at 10:30 on Radio 2, just you'll get into it and get the questions right. It's really good. Would 100% recommend it. It's usually members of the public. It's not usually celebrities. Anyway, yeah, I have got stuff done from yesterday, but not everything by any stretch. God, I just realised that I've got... Yeah. I was just looking at my box of stuff that I'm relisting, and I've realised I have got stuff on there that isn't live on eBay. What did I do yesterday? I did books yesterday. Yeah, it was solely books that I went through because I had some new books to list. So I went through all of them because they're right in the corner. I want to make my life easier by putting really heavy things in the corner. And now because I've got this other stuff that's in the way, it's not easy to go and get a book when I sell it. Thankfully, this book sold last night before I put everything away. So I relisted all my books and sorted that out, and now I've got all the bric-a-brac type things, so I'm doing ties and mugs, bags and soft toys. Yesterday when I did the books, I realised that there was actually a listing that was no longer live, and this is why I have everything like for like in a box, take everything out of the box, put it all back in carefully, and then when I find that I've got something that I can't find listed, I capture it, and this is the reason for doing it while things are still in their 3-month window, so that those listings don't disappear and I don't have to redo the work. So I think that is kind of working. Anyway, I need to press on and do this because this has been quite time consuming. I want to get the towels that I've just used in the washing machine. We've just taken the shower curtain down and put another one up. I'm wondering is it even worth trying to wash the old shower curtain, which is now covered in mould. I don't know. This is one of the issues, I think, with the stress and aggravation. We don't have our ensuite functional because what we thought would be a simple job has not been a simple job. It's not the installing of the shower. It's the fact that we've got a problem with both toilets, and having taken the shower out, we can see the extent of the problem that we've got in that other bathroom. So we've literally closed the door on it because we just can't be doing with it. But it obviously does have to be dealt with. It's just money. Talking about money, I've also spent a chunk of time this morning trying to work out if I've forgotten to tax the car again. I mean, it's just red tape, isn't it? Since we stopped displaying tax discs in our car, I'm never quite sure if I've taxed my car or not. I know that it's due now. I thought it was the middle of September. It turns out that it is literally now. I've gone back and my previous record. I set up a direct debit ages ago because I kept forgetting to tax the car because obviously there's no alert. They go paperless, which means you don't get the letter coming through the post, and then they email it, and then that goes into junk. I've just found my email in junk, but it doesn't tell me. It didn't really have much information. So there's 2 emails. One has got an attachment on it, but then because it was in junk, I'm like thinking, is it genuine? So anyway, I opened it anyway, even though it's probably like there's something wrong with the attachment, and it says that I've got £190 worth of car tax to go out in 2 days. The thing is I honestly just think that they do this so that people end up not taxing their car. I know that we bought our car in March many years ago because I've paid off. You see, that's it. I went into my direct debit on my bank account, but it didn't tell me when it was next going to come out. Completely useless. So I know that we bought the car in March. And then I did a 6 month tax because I was sick of all the expenditure, like the MOT, the insurance, it was all there in March. So I did a 6 month tax disc, and then I did a 12 month tax disc, which now is September. So I know that this is all like irrelevant. Nobody cares about this. I'm just aggravated that every year I'm like mystified as to whether I've forgotten to pay the tax. Because who wants those people coming after you? So that's 2 headaches in a matter of 24 hours caused by a government website. Useless. Right, so things that have sold, because I need to get these things done. I've learnt my lesson from the other day when I did my post late and then had a problem with, number one, my printer ink. I bought a genuine cartridge that wasn't a genuine cartridge, so that's like muck about. And then I had 2 overseas parcels, and you have to put the HS code on it now, and everything's just a bit of a farce, and it was just a flap, and I'd given myself enough time to do a normal situation, but then everything went wrong. So I'm going to do my post now and then get on with this listing that I've got to do here. This is called Arnold Bennett, the Rising Man Steps. I kept looking at this thinking, why have I listed this on its own? There was a selection of stuff which seemed like it was worth listing, and then another load of these books which I put on as a job lot. I do like these penguin things. They're good to sell as a job lot. This, I think, is a 60s publication, maybe even a 30s publication. Oh my god. No, yeah, 50s. I saw 1923 and I was like, don't tell me that's been through a war. And then I need to work out which of these. This is that one. I thought it was that one. It's that one. And I need to use my packaging voucher, don't I? Another mystery. I don't think they've sent me my packaging voucher. They've certainly taken my fees out. Because I spent a lot of time in my inbox yesterday, in and out of my eBay inbox, trying to see whether I had that code for this Lego that I've collected. Right, this is a brand I'm going to stop picking up. It's just ridiculous. So not so much Marks and Spencer's, but Ghost Marks and Spencer's, and Ghost in itself, because I've got some Ghost stuff. Absolute garbage. It's like people talk about how wonderful it is, and then by the time these things present themselves to you in a charity shop, the fad is always over for me. I find, I hear people like talking about how great something is, and then by the time I actually find it where I do my shopping, it's long since popular. I have got $7.99 for this. I didn't expect to get that much on it, and I've had to declare a few issues with it because there's a mark on the tyre, and the hat, it's a cowboy hat, that's with it is very chewed. It's just a convertible. It's a very basic convertible, a very standard set from 1979, I think. But yeah, just a car. So I've got to put that, find a piece of card to put it in. And then these two things, oh my God. This is why I hate my life. I mean, it's not normal, is it? There's other people who have hairballs like this. This is why I hoover it every week. Because when I don't, it's like, see, like I've washed my hair this morning and I've let it dry naturally. And if I just do that, then I've got a clump of hair coming off it. I need to dye it, because when I dye it, it's not so porous. That was just on the rug. I didn't even see that hairball flying around like like I'm in some spaghetti western. Just blowing past. Right, so these two things have covered my fees this month. Am I lying? Maybe, yeah. I think all of this has covered my fees, and then a small payout has come through. I'm still on the featured shop. I like the featured shop. I think it is worth it. Oscar. So these I got from Oxfam. Yes. It's taken a while. But evidently I have edited that video because you've already seen that go live. So there you go. It's been 6 weeks because I don't think I listed these straight away. But anyway, linen, Oscar, wide leg trousers, 65 quid. I don't pick up Oscar that much. Well, I would pick up Oscar every time I saw it, but you don't. I just don't see it. So that is a good sale for me. I mean, I would never get stuff like that. I probably should go back. I haven't gone back to that Oxfam since it opened, so probably really should. And then this sea salt jacket, which is called the casting core jacket, again linen, and a size 20 apparently. So these have gone to the same buyer, so that's a nice little postage saving for me. And that is everything, which is a damn sight better than yesterday, which was a whole weekend's worth of sales. So yesterday's sales have trumped the weekend. Which was nice to know, isn't it? So yeah, I need to crack on with everything. My mission today is going to work, and I only have an hour left to do this post and to do whatever I've got here. And I do want to get it done because I don't want those boxes sat there. They're annoying me. However, I also wanted to get these things done. So I've got a World of Warcraft thing. So I was looking, I had two World of Warcraft things. When I was looking, one of them was a book. So last month I got a whole bundle of books from Bernardo's, and their books are 4 for £1. So I just got this extra Warhammer book from that I just added to make it, because literally they will charge you £1. If you buy 3 books, they'll charge you £3 for it. So you have to get a 4th book to make it £1 for 4. Yeah. They won't be nice. They want you to take the books. So anyway, yeah, I got this book just to make my amounts up to the 4. And then when I looked it up, it was a £25 book, and I've already sold it. It's already gone. So I saw another Warhammer book the other day, and I came home with it. And it's worth hardly anything. It's worth like less than a £5 brand new. And then when I started looking at it, it was all annotated. Somebody had obviously been like playing the Warhammer hard, and there's a bit at the back where it's got all the games that they play, and it was just ridiculous. So I was just like, well, this, and just get rid. just don't even go there. It's not even worth your time. So I've got this kit, Corvus Cabal. Got the instructions, got most of the kit, but evidently part of it's missing. But it looks, I think I'll be able to sell that, but I don't even know how much, because it's like, this is one of these things, it is so hit and miss. You know, I've had stuff like this before and they've just hung around and hung around, because I just don't know what I'll pick it up and then it'll turn out that it's rubbish, or it'll turn out that it's really good. What was that other thing that I had? Magic the Gathering. So that Magic the Gathering card set that I had, was, the prices were ranging between £20 and £150. But if it's new and sealed, that's when you're getting your good money, because people want them new and sealed. You know, obviously, because stuff like this, somebody's built some of these kits, some of these models, so you need the whole set, so it's not great. And then that Magic the Gathering thing, I think I got 35 for it, even though it was like 30 years old. So you would think that it would have got more. Don't know, and I never will know. I also have, this is some like really random stuff. I've got like loads and loads of these forks. These are really nice little sets. It's quite tarnished. Really, really cute. It's full of somebody's umbrellas and the rest of it. But they're all like these little forks and the rest of it like this. These would have ended up going in the shops, been at work, so I was just like, nah. So this is why stuff like this happens in my life. Because we do not sell cutlery. But it's got these really cute little things. They're all they're cocktail spoons. I was showing them to Jason last night, but we're not going to keep them because that would just be ridiculous. And then I've got another thing here, which I thought would be like an absolute banger, because when I sold my Viewmaster, which I now regret selling my Viewmaster, I got £40 for it, you know, and now I regret it because the sentimentality of it. But then how much stuff can you keep? Because I am loaded high with stuff. It's like all my Lego. I've sold the majority of my childhood Lego, and I think that's why I enjoy doing this, because I still get the kick out of doing it. But I don't have a part. Well, I do have piles and piles of Lego naturally, but you know, I don't. Yeah, I get to live the dream without just having a load of stuff in a loft. Anyway, it's one of them. These are a different viewfinder thing than the discs that we had that went round. But these only sell for like £5 to £10. And I thought that would be nice when it's boxed, but apparently not. So I wanted to get those things listed today. I think realistically that's not going to happen because I need to get those boxes out of the way. I just would have liked to have get them photographed and listed and then put them away in the box at the time, but you know, that's just ridiculous because those boxes are the ones on the top. I don't put smaller boxes. I'm pointing at something that you can't see. So this is the two things I'm stock taking on there. Obviously those boxes are going on the top because I'm not putting a smaller box at the bottom of like a massive box, which is then you know, just going to cave in and break everything. So those things will go on the top anyway. So I need to be realistic. I've still got Lego to list. I've got my box of Lego there of listed items. So I'm going to do that because it's the only amount of stuff which I can do in the hour that I have left before work. And there's leaves on the carpet. Autumn is here. The leaves that we have are like these really small little leaves. And I don't understand how we always get them because I'm higher than the level of the trees around here. So I don't understand how we always get the leaves managed to blow into the apartment. I think we must walk them in. Right, anyway, I'm talking absolute gibberish here. I do need to crack on. I've got all of my poly bags all ready. I need to make notes, obviously, in my diary of stuff that I need to do. I know a lot of people are like putting things in diaries, but sometimes I feel like, well, while I'm writing it in the diary, I could actually be like getting on with it. It's like, what's the point in me making a note saying order from your packaging voucher on eBay? What's the point in me writing that in the diary? I may as well just start ordering my packaging. I just don't know what I need. I like poly bags, but so these ones that they have, I do have these ones in blue. This one is okay. I think the quality of these ones are okay, but they're poly bags, the size which I normally use. The quality of the plastic is really thin on that, and I've had instances where I've had customers complain because the orange has run onto the fabric somehow. And when I challenged eBay packaging about this, they kind of made out that it was my fault. I don't understand. Yeah. I was like looking at that and I was thinking I should have 5 packages, but because 2 is combined, I am totally losing it. Right, so I'm going to call it a day here. I'll probably edit this into 2 videos anyway, so you will now see tomorrow. So we'll magically transform in tomorrow. Tuesday is over. Hello. Right. Blah, blah. So by the magic of technology, it is now Thursday. Wednesday happened for me at work. I ended up doing a full-time shift yesterday at work, hence why I didn't have any time for reselling other than to just throw my post in the door and go. We had somebody who was off sick, so I sort of stepped in to do a full hour. Well, it's 8.5 hours technically, but yeah, you have an hour's lunch, which you don't get paid for. And obviously this morning I was pretty tired and I've got up and done my hair. It actually looks better on camera than it does in real life. I didn't think it actually looked that good. But the camera is telling lies. Let's put this up here. Let's put that up there, because I tell you something, my thighs look huge. I really should be working out. I don't know when I'm going to slot that in to any kind of schedule. Right, so Thursday, this is now my day off. Yeah, I keep looking at the second week of September, which isn't going to help me. Working Friday, Saturday, off Sunday, working Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have booked some annual leave, so I should be getting more stuff done. My hands are pink from doing my hair, but probably not that bad. But luckily, nobody would even notice if there's transfer on here. Technically, this is the colour that this should be. This is Bordeaux. So it should really be a bit more like that. Never mind, this is the colour I like. Right, 2 things have sold. This is an icebreaker merino. Now I know that you should probably think I should get more for this, but it is a used coat. I bought this, I think I paid £4 for this back over where my parents live. It does have slight wear to the cuffs, and that was sort of bothering me a bit about, you know, pricing it at the 50 to 100 mark like everybody else would. And there's just marks on it, which I've claimed. I just hope that they've read the listing, because nobody ever reads listings anymore. And every change that eBay makes just makes it harder. You know, they made a change, didn't they, to the app, whereby now if you click on the description, it doesn't send you into another page, it overlays it. But it's still not great. I had mine used to be like in the middle because that was how it displayed. So now I've had to justify everything to the what is it, the right or the left? I never know what, you know, it's your right, and anyway, it's to the side. I have mine in a slightly bigger font in case somebody is sight impaired. So I don't know how well mine displays. I know how it displays on my Samsung. Sometimes I get my husband to show me how things look on his iPhone, just for the sake of, you know, checking that your listings are visible to everybody. Yeah, so this is said jacket. I'll show you the label. Icebreaker Merino. It's just got a few marks on it, and I said that it had a few marks on it. So there's a mark there. I have machine washed this. It's just paranoia because people don't listen. £32 for that, which I think is a bargain. I just hope that the other person thinks that it's a bargain. That's weird. This has actually got the price on the back, which was £15.95. There's people who've got this advertised like the 30 to 40 mark. I've had it on for a while. It's just one of those books that you buy to make up a bundle of books, because the price for a bundle of books is cheaper than the one book that you actually want. Ramayana. Some Indian. It's nice illustration all the way through. I really don't know what it is. All I do know is that it won't go large letter, which is aggravating because it's just a little bit too wide. So I couldn't find any jiffy bags that would fit it, so I'm going to chuck it in a record mailer because it's going to go small parcels anyway, so I'm just going to put it in whatever. At least it will get there in a nice place and be like, oh, it's got lovely packaging. Oh. God, my birds are looking fat. The parakeets visit every morning, and weirdly, the other night when I was still at work, because the shift that I prefer is dinner time into the close of the shop, so I don't get back here until 8 o'clock at night. But it was getting dusk, and my husband was in the kitchen, so this is our living area. There's sofa and the rest of it behind you, and then the kitchen is over there. And he was in the kitchen, and the parakeet was on the top of the window, glaring in. And like kept tapping its beak on the window and like moving over it, was proper glaring in at him, which is quite funny. Yeah, but he's filled up the nuts. Maybe that's why I was looking at him, because he'd filled up the nuts and it was like trying to check him out. When the parakeet goes on the bird feeder, it literally stays on the bird feeder for about an hour. We have a second bird feeder with the nuts for the little ones, because they don't like being on it with the massive bird on it. Or when the pigeons are there going trying to get on it and they can't get on it, but they still attempt. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm talking about. It's completely irrelevant. Anyway, things I need to do. I need to look at that list, because I don't think that I'm anywhere near completing what I put down on Monday's tasks of the list. So I'm going to look at Monday's tasks of the list shortly. I'm going to drop this off. It looks like it's really windy, but we are a top floor balcony. I think that's why we have a lot of birds up here, because it's just, they feel safe up here. Is it actually windy? Probably not on the ground, but it looks really windy, and like I don't want to go out. Probably. These sales happened overnight. I was kind of thinking, oh, at least I won't have to go to the post office tomorrow. But never mind. So, my quest for today, things that I'm going to do imminently, is this Lego. So, I think I have... Well, I know that I've got... This was in it, which is the roller door thing, and I know what roller door this was. And it also had those 2 windows, and I know what window that was with the sticker. So this is like a garage. I haven't written down what it's actually called. So I've just got like the pieces that I need to get this like randomly. I mean, this is like a jewellery box. This is all the singular pieces of Lego that I have. So I just need to pull those bits out and put that together. This is a bit of a hodgepodge really, because I'm missing one minifigure tool and the base plate is supposed to be grey, but I've used a black one, and that's quite a modern base plate. So I'm going to put all that together. That should be a £20 set. I also have Starfleet Voyager, which I think is a £30 set. I'm sure I've had it before. I need to obviously check, see what the market is like now. And then I've got these 2 instruction manuals here. One of them says it's Randolph's. I mean, this is middle class, isn't it? And one of them is from Kevin's. So I'm going to pull out the Lego required for these. I am not going to assemble them because I just do not enjoy assembling. I have not got it in me to sit and assemble Technics. It just really annoys me. But I know I've got all the parts for this. I haven't got all the parts for this because that one needs a rubber band, and the rubber bands are always expired. So maybe I won't do that one. It's also got an electrical thing in it, and I know, although I've got that electrical bit in it, I just it'll involve me testing it, and therefore if I'm listing it, I should ideally put it all together and show the electrical part working in the listing. I just can't be bothered. I just cannot be bothered. Yeah, it's quite extensive. And somebody's ticked this all the way through. Damn you, Randolph. Yeah, so it definitely looks like the... I've got loads and loads of... I've got another one in there. I've got an electrical set in there which is ready to go. And I sort of had it waiting, built, ready to list it. But then I had to, like, deconstruct it to turn off the electrics, otherwise it was going off, and I've like, it's just annoying, so I've got to like reconstruct that. That's a decent spaceship as well. So if I'm buggering around with electrical things, that's the thing I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do that one, just pull out all the pieces and just show the pieces are all there and just list it without an assembly, because I don't need to do an assembly. They just need to see that all the pieces are there. As that probably won't be any more than £15 anyway, so I can't be arsed with the faffing around. If I don't have instructions, obviously I do an assembly of it, otherwise nobody knows really what you're listing. Right, so that's what I'm going to do, because I am shattered, and obviously I've got another like full week of work really. There's only today and then another 2 days off before I'm like off for a week. And then I'll probably be back on that bloody Sunday. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on at the minute. One person left and they've said they're not going to replace her. It just seems, and then when anybody seems to be on holiday, which obviously has been in the entire summer, it just puts the pressure on everybody else. But yeah, that's not, you know, I'm not moaning because I volunteered to go in yesterday, and I don't dislike my job, and I'd absolutely recommend anybody got to get themselves a job. Yeah, get yourself a part-time job, and it'll take some of the stress off. It'll take lots of hours out of your day, and some days you'll wake up and you just think, God, I wish I had control of my day. But then you just got to think, yeah, I've just got somewhere to go, and I do actually enjoy being there, so suck it up. Right, I'm going to bid you adieu for the time being. Take this to the post office, brace this wind, and get on with some of this Lego assembly so that I actually like have some peace. I need to find... I put the television on because I wanted to watch Judge Judy, and apparently now you don't have marathons of Judge Judy. Well, I had Judge Judy on, and then it came one of those Nick Knowles things where everything's alarmist. Somebody falls off a bicycle, and it's like made into like a 15-minute story about somebody falling off a bicycle. And then I turned on the next channel, which I thought, oh, that's got Judge Judy on it, because it wasn't displaying the TV guide properly, and that didn't have Judge Judy on it. And that had one of these murder things where they just keep repeating the same facts over and over again. His phone was used after he was murdered. 10 days later, his phone was used in Baltimore. Next week, his phone was used in Texas. And you think, oh, I just need this. Can we just tell the story of this without trying to like pull it out? It's just storytelling, but made unnecessarily long and arduous. Right, let's get some Lego done. If the world should end and I wanna be there with you. Hello. Right, here's the good guy Simon. It is Friday. I've yet again put the camera in a sunny spot. Right. I'm in a bit of a funny mood. I'm tired. It's just like every night this week I haven't slept. Honestly, I'd love to know where people get their money to be able to buy drugs that they purchase on the street from these cars outside on the street where I live every night. Who has that amount of money? But yeah. Oh. The police won't do anything because, you know, drugs makes Manchester go round. You know, it's not like I didn't know that Manchester, you know, was like this. It's just, yeah. I think you see drug taking and the rest of it more in smaller towns. Like Derby, you know, where the drug taking was going on when I lived in Derby, and you know, you knew people who were screwed up with it. Or at least I did. Right, so got some things to post. You know, when you sort of hear a song that makes you tearful for people that have passed on. I've had that moment today. Weird life, isn't it? So I got some things to post. I've got myself in a better mood because I just thought, oh, I'll just log on to my bank account and see if I'm actually overdrawn. And I'm not overdrawn, and by Monday it looks like I'm going to be very, very much not overdrawn, because I can now see what my help to save payment is, and it is the amount that I was hoping. I was hoping it was going to be the 600 mark that I'd paid in with, that was being paid in with my bonus, but I knew that I'd missed like 2 payments very early on. So they're giving me £575, and then with the money which I've saved, I'm gonna, you know, what's that? 2.5 grand. Yay! Which will probably be swallowed up so quickly with dumb things, because it's going to be paid in and then the mortgage will go out. But at least I'm not going to be overdrawn this month. Yeah. So, relief. But I feel like I need to find somewhere to put that in, because I don't have any fallback of anything. But then I also have credit card debt that I need to clear. But I'm just like, yeah, what is the priority? Right. So this has gone for £20. It's Egyptian cotton Reese polo. You know what a polo t-shirt looks like. I'm not going to undo it. You can see that I've got a Lego set sat here. This is what I've done. This Lego set is older than me. This is from 1977, this Lego set that's sat here. I've made myself do it because it was annoying me. Right, so £20 for that, and then I've had some auctions ending last night, which I didn't expect like big things of. So I've got, this is all Lego that I'm never going to deal with, because this is the modern, well, this modern Lego that I have no interest in. So, I mean, there may be some parts in there that I'd need. Because I have got some, I've got some Star Wars, and I've got one big Star Wars set that I'm trying to do, and then I've got another one which I probably need to draw the line under. But I've got that, so that's gone for 10.50 and like 10.99 because the auctions didn't explode. And then that, these are all things that have been in my way. Again, just filled with Lego. Annoyingly, when I put this together, I put a box out that was big enough for this, and now in the process of finding somewhere to stow that, I seem to have taken the box away. I had a Coca-Cola box that was the right size for it. So now I've got to bugger around and try and make a box fit this. I've found this, so I'm hoping I can make that fit that, but it's just really awkward. Nothing. So I think that is going to be the right height. So I just need to doctor that. And who needs one of these file boxes? You know, I mean, that's the sort of thing that triggers me anyway from my past life. So it's quite, it's gone way past 11 now, so I need to push on. So I'm working today, you see, so I need to push on in that respect. I've got a whole load of like little bitty things there that I want to list. I wanted to get onto clothing this week. That hasn't happened. I expect too much of myself. Right, so this is the garage. Obviously with a dude and with a car, and a little jack for his car. This seems to have crashed in price. I don't know why. Last time I sold that was a really easy sale for 20 quid. I'm going to try for 20 quid again. I just list and wait. I am not going to undercut prices that I've previously got, because this is a vintage set. This is from like the mid 80s, and frankly, well, I think it's like 1982. Have I written it down? No. It just annoys me. I don't know why people tank things. I really don't. I've inventoried that. Like I said, I'm not interested in putting that together. It's taken me an hour and a half to do this one here. So I just don't want to get into it. All the pieces are there. It's only going to sell for 10 to 15. I'll put it on for 15 because I've got the instructions, but it's not worth me faffing around putting it all together, because as far as I'm concerned, all the pieces are there. Sometimes one of the reasons that I do assemble things is because sometimes, unless you do the assembly, you don't realise that they'll be like with these things, we'll have like a pin and it'll have a split in it. When I was assembling this, there was one brick that was obviously fake, but it was a very good fake, or it was an early brick and it just didn't connect. So it's only when you do the assembly that you can deal with things like that. So it's a risk in that respect. Anyway, this tractor, so I ordered the wheel for this ages ago and then just didn't assemble it. So I've like made myself do this because I've got a task that I want to do this weekend, involving Lego, and if I can just get the stuff out of the way that's fine and dandy, then that really helps. And it also has various different assemblies for this thing that goes on the back. You know, like a tractor. It's just a tractor, obviously, and then you've got a tractor attachment. I don't really know how that fits. I'm not going to get into it. It's got two. It's either 851 or 952, and it's called Farm Tractor, 1977. They're both 1977. I don't know why they've got two different numbers. The prices for this range from £10 to £500. So there's actually people who have got £500 for it. People who've got it boxed with instructions, who've sold it for £300 used. Don't know how they've done that. And then the more realistic people have managed to get 40 to 50. 40 is like instructions and boxed. I am still going to put this on for 50, and I know that sounds weird because I don't have instructions. There's no others available except for one in Poland. So I may as well put it on for 50 because a lot of my stuff sells to Australia and Canada, and they literally don't have them because it wasn't popular back then. So they want the stuff for their collections. So I'm just going to put it on for 50 because that's why I bought the extra parts for it. Which brings me on to what I'm going to do this weekend. I am working tomorrow, Saturday, and obviously I'm working today. I think I've taken an antihistamine and my nose will not stop pouring with snot. I've got loads of silly little things there to list, which I was going to do this morning, but obviously that's not happened. So that might be what ends up happening tomorrow. So I doubt very much that I'm going to be doing this other task on Saturday morning because it's going to be a long task and I want to give it the whole day. So I'm going to do it on Sunday. So I've got the rest of my box of Lego there, which have all got sets. It's not all sets. I just need to go through it, work out what stuff I need to do job lots and put them into boxes like that to get rid of. And then work out what stuff I've got there that I need to go through. So yesterday I also went through a castle set that I had that was almost complete. So I need to order those parts. I have got a Star Wars set in there which I need to order parts for, and then I've got various other little sets in there which need parts. I've got various castle sets which need spears and accessories, so I'm going to try and order them. I've never done an order through Bricklink before, so I need to sit down and do that. I think it's the best place for me to order stuff from, and then if it goes all right I can probably like start settling on there. I don't know if I want to start selling on there. I just want to experience it as a buyer, which is why I don't like Vinted either, because experience as a buyer isn't great. I don't like the search engine. I can never find what I need on Vinted. I just think it's ridiculous. I know other people love it, but some people are crazy. Anyway, that's my quest, and now I need to stop filming this, try and edit this and get this on today, even if it just goes live tomorrow, and then pack this stuff up and get on with my life. Let's see where my list has gone. So my list, I've done my cell similars. Obviously I collected parcel and got toilet roll, and I finished my bookcase video. I wanted to sort my clothing stock, including repairs, haven't done that. Tidy the coffee table, I haven't done that. Order Lego parts, which I plan to do on Sunday. Order prescriptions, that's been done. Except my husband's is absolutely mental. I also wanted to start my tax return. I just haven't done that. Cell similars I've done all of them. They're all scheduled up until Sunday. We are working Monday, so I need, according to my post-its I've got here, the next thing I need to do a refresh and stock take on is shoes and women's tops. So that's my next thing to do, and then I will have a system in place. It's going to be so exciting. It's just so exciting. Anyway, yes, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, this is why I mean, lists, at least I've got it written down and I know what I'm working towards, but I haven't achieved much this week. I don't know. I think it's the transition into autumn. It just winds me up, and this is why I'm doing this September sort out focus thing, because we haven't really had a summer. It never got to the point where it was like you weren't sleeping because it was hot. I think we had like 2 nights of that, and it was because we hadn't like had like weeks and weeks and weeks of it. It never got to unbearable stage. And now it just feels like, oh, here's autumn, and here's the point where you get depressed. I don't know why it's depressing, but then I just think maybe it's just because I suppose when I left home, my nan had just died, and it was the same time that Diana had just died. So it was very like that August into September 1997 was very like it was very emotional. And then I left home. It must have been really emotional for my mother. But then I don't know, maybe that's why I don't like deal well with death. And then I do deal with death. Who deals well with death? Nobody. But I don't know, I think that's it, is that it's just like the level of change that September represents for me. Don't like it. Because of that probably. And there was also, let's not talk about that. Anyway, I experienced in my life, not directly because I wasn't that close friends with them, but I was in that sort of like circle of, you know, that song by the Stereophonics where they say the clocks go back, railway track. I knew somebody who actually killed themselves, you know, on the railway track, and that's like a weird thing. And that happened like around autumn, winter. And and I hear that Stereophonics song, which is obviously because the clocks go back set at this time. Weird one. Anyway, I am going to try and deflect this impending doom feeling that I always seem to have at this time of year by focusing on these tasks. So I'm going to carry on, obviously go to work. I'm carrying on going to work. I'm doing these things, and finish this list going into next week. The next thing to do, post, list, and then do this Lego or these Lego parts. So that's my quest. I am not getting on very fast with it. I'm annoyed that I haven't even got onto the clothes, but I mean, it is what it is. I have done extra time at work, but it will happen. It will be a seasonal sort out, and it will happen. Right, that's my negativity / positivity. I am positive. It's just I don't know, some people just, you investigate your feelings, and I think I did a bit of that last night when I couldn't sleep. So anyway, if you're enjoying this painful process of not succeeding very much, catch me next time, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.